Beam, bada boom, bada bang. Should have got a drink.
Gotta get boogie boogie boo. You should have got a drink. Stupid idiot moron.
Well, that's not very nice to you.
I need a haircut.
To say these things to me.
All right, ready?
Never.
Can y'all see on Discord?
Hold on. Give me 1 minute to 5 minutes.
You're an.
Yep. I'm ready.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I am ready.
Ready? Ready? Here we go.
An Applebee's guy.
I love Applebee's.
Really? What's it about Applebee's?
I love the neighborhood, man. I love
The atmosphere.
I love the atmosphere. I love the drink they give you that comes with a gummy shark.
Which one's
like
that?
lost a ton of weight.
Dude,
you know sharks? Apparently sharks existed before trees.
sure.
Okay.
Sure they did.
Yeah.
It's like one of them signature cocktails.
Yeah, but it's so good. And they have a special Mountain Dew at Applebee's.
They do?
Yeah.
It's special?
Yeah, it's special. It's only in Applebee's.
It's special?
What's the special?
Sounds like a
You looking
kid.
for another one of
No,
those?
I got this one right here.
It's like a raspberry flavor, I think. It's called like Space Punch. It's got
bash.
Darkberry Bash. It's called actually
Darkberry.
NASA
It's called,
uses
like-
orange filters on Mars Bash.
Like, it's called
I
like
swear to
Space
God,
Punch.
check that.
It's not even close.
What?
He's like, it's called like Space Punch. It's like not even close. It's like Darkberry Bash.
Shit out. Look into it.
They might.
guys.
I think what Jamie is saying about color correction, though, is accurate.
Yeah, like
That's-
when I was just looking at the photos, they all come black and white, I think.
Right. I think the thing is that they're just getting data. They're getting data, and that data has to be interpreted into an image. And it's a lot more complicated than like you taking a picture on your iPhone and texting it to me, and I get it, and it's in full resolution.
Look up Mars.
iMessage.
Look up Mars. Copy and paste. Look up NASA. Copy and paste.
That's copy.
Let's see if this works.
I'll add Mars.
You smoked 50 cigarettes again?
Yeah, I did. Have you seen the Mars stuff? Like how they're edited and then
He's about to show us.
I don't know. They showed it earlier.
Just add Mars for
This
a
episode, I don't
buzzword.
know.
What do you think about all this UFO disclosure shit? Are you paying attention to it?
Oh, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's. I think it's pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Like how little people seem to care.
Yeah, because there's no fucking evidence.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
Like it's cool as fuck. I want to believe it, but like you make crazy claims, you need crazy evidence.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You could tell us that the fucking sky is purple and that there's fucking unicorns flying around in the clouds and like that'd be cool, but like unless you have some fucking kind of crazy evidence, it's just a cool thought. Like
It always seems to come around every time the government does something crazy. And they're like, hey,
yeah.
don't do
like,
that. And they're like, oh, we have UFOs. Oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what everybody says, like it's a distraction. Which maybe it is, maybe it's not. But like you can't just
It's
make
just like-
crazy claims
yeah.
without like there has to be evidence. Just the crazier the claim, the crazier the evidence. Like you know what I mean?
yeah, there's nothing. They
Yeah.
don't back it with anything.
Exactly.
No, but it's interesting that like there wasn't like some moment where people like were like, "Holy shit, aliens are real." There
Pretty
wasn't a
soon
moment.
that's coming.
You think? I think it's because of this slow trickle. It's going to be. We just accept it.
Well, they try to normalize it with like War of the Worlds, which is like the War of the or Battle of Los Angeles and shit like that. That was a real fucking thing that happened. The pictures of Battle Los Angeles is crazy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
What happened exactly?
There's
Battle
this,
of Los Angeles.
there's this big object in the sky, and we're shooting machine guns at it. We
Yeah.
got
Where was this?
spotlights. This is like in the 50s, maybe.
I remember seeing it. It's this photo.
Look at this shit.
Wow.
So we're putting fucking
they have
rounds on
these
this fucking thing.
The fuck is this? Is this
on
real?
thing in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never
You
heard of
about
this?
it?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
dude.
a UFO in the sky, and they sent the army out. And started, like,
Yeah, it was like everyone, it wasn't just like a few people, like everyone saw it and it was there for a long time and like they were like, what the fuck is that? Fucking kill it.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I think there's there's an answer to what it actually was. Like I feel like I heard what it actually was, but I don't remember.
Maybe.
Look at the
Sky.
rounds.
Right, but what is it? What is it that they see? That's weird. That all you can see is spotlights.
1947. It says in the corner.
Boy, that looks like a fucking flying saucer.
Look at
That
in
one?
the middle
Yeah.
and look at but those things around it, those are fucking like Ma Deuce rounds. Like they're shooting at this fucking thing. They don't know what it is.
Well, you know that there's a famous story from the Soviet Union that these guys shot at a UFO and it turned them into stone.
Is it true?
I don't know. The CIA investigated it. Here, I'll send it to you, Jamie, because I sent it to Jeremy Corbell. And that's what I asked him.
Fuck, I should have had links, Jamie. God damn it.
Well, this is
Didn't
the
come
only one I
prepared.
have. It's
CIA UFO turned into
You
stone.
can find that stuff.
You're definitely
find
on a
it?
watch list, Jamie.
yeah. So there's literally like a CIA document about it. That these guys supposedly shot at a low-flying spaceship. Look at it. According to the KGB materials, a quite low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above a military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers. For unknown reasons, somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and hit the UFO. It fell to Earth not far away, and 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. It is stated in the testimonies by the 2 soldiers who remained alive that after freeing themselves from the debris, the aliens came close together and then merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles.
Poles.
Yeah, only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived.
No shit.
The KGB report.
That's crazy, man. I was thinking the other day, like as many UFO sightings as we have, imagine how many Russia have that we have no idea about. Or like, if we have Area 51 where we have spacecraft that we're taking apart and stuff like that, like as big as Russia is, imagine what do they have that we don't know about, you know?
Yeah, I just always don't know if it's an actual UFO because there's always those thoughts of like, is it an actual UFO? Like it came from another place,
Like extraterrestrial.
Yeah, or is it
Is it drone?
something the government's working on?
Yeah. No, yeah, that too. But if it's in the theory realm of extraterrestrial UFO, like Russia's got to have some shit that we haven't heard about, you know? But this is
Yeah, but
from
also
Russia.
like anything they say, can you believe them? I don't know.
True. Yeah,
Well, according to Bob Lazar, the U.S. government has like tens of these things.
yeah,
Blah blah
that's
blah.
If you,
what I'm saying. If we have
Bob
10 of
Lazar.
them, like how many does Russia have? You know what I mean?
He's trying to
Mm.
have-
Even if it's real.
It goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assume that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. Oh my
It
God.
turned them into limestone.
Turned them literally into limestone.
And this is a
Crazy.
CIA
Yeah.
paperwork?
Well, this is, they're reading from a KGB file, right? So it's just go to the very bottom of that again, Jamie, the very bottom of that. It says one of the things that says the CIA representative stated, if the KGB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked. But the thing is, they're saying if the file,
The aliens, the CIA referring to them as the aliens is they never say shit like that. Say like unknown extraterrestrial being or like UAP or UFO. They never say the alien. You know what I mean?
Well, typically, if it's uncharacteristic, it usually means that it's probably not them.
It might be. I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying that's weird.
corresponds
It is
to
weird.
reality. That means there's a
If this is real, they're
Uh.
tough.
But also,
yeah, they
but also, Like it's like, oh, that's crazy, and then you just hear you read like reported by the KGB, and you're like, I don't know anymore. Like,
I mean, yeah, who knows?
probably not.
Well, I mean, if it's KGB, like internal, I don't think that's like, you know.
Is it though?
But if it's like KGB
It's
propaganda
internal,
that
how
they're,
would they get that, yeah.
yeah, no, well, yeah, it is. It's, well, I mean, it was classified and it got, but if it's like KGB, you know, propaganda that they're feeding to their civilians, then I'd be like, yeah, like, fucking cares what they're saying. But if this is like, you know, classified documents internal to the KGB, they got leaked somehow, then that's different than what
You don't think
propaganda
they'd
they
be
might be pushing.
propagandizing each other in the KGB.
They could, yeah, no, I mean, just that's like, yeah, like accidentally leaking something, but they didn't do this when it happened. Like it didn't get leaked when it happened. Like, so it doesn't seem like it was
How old
something
did it say it was?
See if there's a date on here.
It
Oh
looks
god,
like old typewriting format.
it's like 2000. That says approved for release date May 2003, maybe.
Okay.
This says 27th of March
03.
03.
But March is also 03. So it's
I'm pretty sure it's 2003.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Can I zoom?
It's definitely early 2000s either way.
For themselves if attacked. But
All
the
right.
thing is, they're saying if the file corresponds to reality, that means there's a
If this is
question.
real, they're tough.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right,
KGB
Gus.
wasn't around. KGB wasn't around in the 2000, right? Like that was.
Well, that's
Soviet
the date that it was approved for release. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It
That's what I'm
was
saying.
it
I'm trying to figure out
originated
when it was-
earlier.
When was it?
KGB's been around for a long time. I don't even think it's called the KGB anymore.
It's not
That's
called the
what I'm saying.
yeah. It's not the KGB. Or,
This hasn't been the KGB since the fall. So it would have to be previous of 1990.
there we go. 27th of March 93.
93. There you go. So it's right there. Like when did yeah, it doesn't matter. So it's 10 years.
Gus, yes, the KGB, the organization famous for never leaking misinformation to foreign intelligence agencies.
Yeah, that's literally my thought.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying either way. I'm just saying.
That literally just decredits the entire thing for me.
I was just saying there's a difference between what the KGB might put out publicly to their people and then what they have internally to themselves. And then if this was something that was leaked, why didn't they leak it like for misinformation? Why didn't they leak it back then? Why did it take this long to get leaked? But that doesn't mean either way. I'm just throwing that out there.
If this is real, they're tough.
Yeah, they can fuck with you.
What year was this released?
I don't know.
Source.
Oh,
is
they-
a newspaper.
1991?
93.
93.
So there's all these disclosures that are going on right now, and they're very, very fascinating because it's hard to know what's true and what's not true. But it's interesting that they're talking about it. But no one showed me anything yet. I'm waiting for them to show me things. I've seen some things already, like those videos that they took off the FLIR video and the Go Fast video, and these videos of these things where these fighter pilots are trying to track this thing, and it's like zipping across the sky, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" I've seen a few of those. I've talked to 2 different fighter pilots that have had encounters.
And they're all in.
They're all in. I think there's a real thing going on. What that real thing is what's confusing to me. I think some of it has to be ours. I think some of it has to be like super advanced drone technology that we don't want everyone knowing about, and it's probably some black ops shit. But I don't think that's all of it. I think it's also possible that we've been visited. It just makes sense. It sounds so stupid. That's part of the problem of even talking about it, because it sounds dumb. Because there's no evidence. So you have to believe in something where there's no evidence of it other than like some blurry photographs. But then when you just think about the size of the universe itself and the fact that we exist here on this planet. We're real. We know we're real.
What if it's fucking a Martha or whatever? and they're from fucking the center of the earth and the holes in the polar.
Bro, that have y'all heard shit about that? That shit's crazy.
The
What do you say?
deep earth shit
Oh.
or whatever they call it. The
Yeah, deep earth, but also just like the Antarctica and how sketchy everything is about that. Like how that's the like every country organization in the world has an agreement that no one will go there. And no, they won't let anyone there.
Yeah.
And like that's where the Nazis were the Nazis have like a bunch of documentation about them exploring and finding crazy stuff down there, and now no one's allowed to go there. Like every country, like yeah, no, nobody's allowed to go there.
Yeah, but there's people there all the time.
yeah, there's research stations there.
No, there's
all the
only
time.
there's like very small areas that they will allow very select people to go to, but you can't just go you can't just go to Antarctica and do whatever you want.
I mean, I think that's more climate than anything. Coming from Wisconsin, you can't go to the fucking shopping mall in the dead of winter, like, let alone just wander around Antarctica willy nilly. Like,
Yeah, I feel like, and I don't think people probably go to Antarctica necessarily just fall.
They let you call like fucking climb Mount Everest and shit, and people die on that like most of the time. Like I don't think they would stop you from going to Antarctica if it was just a death wish.
Everest is a lot more accessible than most of Antarctica. It's
True.
extremely remote. There's no civilization. It's super expensive and difficult to do anything there.
But why would they tell you can't?
I don't know anything about that. I don't
Like
know
if
anybody that's
if a
like-
billionaire wanted to go down there or something. No, I was just saying. There's a bunch of interesting stuff about that. Anyway,
Poles or whatever, north and south, and that's where the holes are, and that's why Google Maps blocks it all out and all that shit.
Well, that would be a great theory before cell phones, like that.
But
and
it's not there.
satellites.
You still can't see.
Google says you can
But
go to
you can with
Antarctica
satellites.
anytime.
And also flight patterns. Like the people that
Copy and paste. By
you know
the way,
who doesn't think the world is flat? Pilots.
true. Or anyone who's been in an airplane.
They fly around these motherfuckers.
Hey,
They know where they
Go over.
huh?
Like so if you live here and China's on the other side of the world over here, or like if Europe or whatever, I don't know where we're directly lined up behind. Like, but on the globe, why don't they ever fly just like that?
I don't know.
Probably because it's too dangerous, but I just never understood. It's like, brother, you probably save hours just going over the top.
They probably do for the North Pole. Like if you're going from like Greenland to, I don't know. Maybe Antarctica is just so like far out there. There's not much close to that would make it shorter. Like
Well, you're not going over
Australia
Antarctica,
to.
you'd be going over the North Pole.
Oh yeah, no, I meant like flying the other way, like underneath.
That would make no sense. I'm just talking about like, why don't we like instead like you live in New York and you wanted to go to India, like wouldn't it be faster just to go over the top and come back down than flying the whole circumference of the globe?
I mean, part of that's got to have something to do with relay stations and air traffic control and having to maintain that shit over
do.
Antarctica. And
Called
but you go over
Santa. They do it. It's called Santa's shortcut.
But I've never heard of like anybody I've ever talked to going to somewhere in Europe. I've never heard of them going over the North Pole.
Oh
They're always
no,
talking
that
about-
well going to Europe that wouldn't be shorter.
I'm not. You didn't hear what I said. I said I don't know what's directly behind us, but whatever's over there, why don't we go over the top and get there?
Oh, Russia.
Russia or India or China? Like I've never heard of anybody going over that way to go over there. I've always heard of people going like around. How
Mhm.
common is it?
I don't know.
Probably
Apparently,
very uncommon.
apparently it's called apparently it's common. It says it's a mundane affair. Many carriers take advantage of what's sometimes called Santa's shortcut as a way to cut flight hours and fuel costs, but transpolar flight isn't always so common or so safe.
It's not common.
Why does it say it says it's a relatively mundane affair and then says it's not common or safe. Okay. Anyway.
they have to go. They know the flight patterns.
You look at it.
Yeah, you
see
look at it.
yeah.
Also, by the way, everything's round. Go out in the fucking sky and look at Mars, look at Jupiter, get a telescope, look at all the stars. Notice how everything's round? Seems like there's a pattern going on.
Yeah.
Why would this be different?
This ass is round.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird, man. I don't know. And you're talking about the oh shit moment. I think we've been so like normalized to it, like ET, all this shit, growing up watching this shit, to where it's like, yeah, no shit. Everyone, no matter what the surveys say or anything, everyone thinks there's like something going on.
Everyone.
Wearing that ugly city collective Rangers hat.
There's a few.
What? What'd you say?
What?
Wearing that ugly city collection Texas Rangers hat. Think
Oh.
it's hideous.
people
That's
that
what that
still are
is. I've
very
been
incredulous.
wondering.
Elon, believe it or not,
It's a little
was
extra.
incredulous.
Yeah, it's
He's
terrible.
famously said, if aliens are real, they sure are subtle.
They're very subtle. Bigfoot's subtle too.
Bigfoots.
Doesn't mean he's not an interdimensional being that could teleport at
He
will.
knows where the camera
It's like-
God damn.
Fucking took that 0 to 100, bro.
He shuts down trail
Bigfoot
cams.
is just Jesus Christ, full beard all over.
He's just with Jesus. Yeah, that's what he is.
Y'all seen the woods,
He's a mythical creature that's looking out for humanity, our brothers and sisters. They need our help.
He's a benevolent, kind being. He's got a big heart.